That's a close one. Oh, this looks like a good spot. We're about the halfway mark on our patrol. Let's pop a squat, suck down some chow, and we'll move out in about an hour. Sounds like a plan. I'll bust out the rations. Bro, are you kidding me? Is that an entire bag of frozen chicken strips? Well, yeah. Really? MREs are gross. I just stick them down the back of my pants, and my ass heat warms them up. So by the time it's chow time, they're good to go. Don't be jealous. Hey, do you have any ketchup? Yeah, I got some. Don't eat them all. Save some for me. What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today, we're going over 12 to 24-hour patrol setup and what to pack. So this one is definitely gonna be a fun one. All right, so on to the loadout. Today's video is brought to you by the letters F.U.P.A. Y'all know that I love my acronyms when it comes to teaching stuff and doing different loadouts and stuff like that. So we're going to use our F.U.P.A to help us pack. Now, for this scenario, we're going to plan on a refit and refuel. So it's not going to be aimed more towards shtf or surviving in the woods and stuff like that. This is basically whatever's happened. You are patrolling your area of operations to maintain security. We're going to pack for 12 to 24 hours, and then this could just be extrapolated into 3 to 5 days. So you get the gist. So before we get into the fighting stuff, we're going to go ahead and go over what I personally would pack in my backpack using F.U.P.A. Using my F.U.P.A. Insert slapping noise. So, first letter, F. F stands for food. Because food is cool. Especially when you're really, really hungry. So, obviously, you're going to want some sort of sustainment while you're out, whether it be 12, 24 hours, 3 days, 5 days, whatever the case may be. Life's gonna suck if you're hungry. So what I like to do is, if I've got any MREs, I'll go ahead and gut them and pull out the actual good stuff and toss the stuff that I don't want, and toss all the other extra crap they throw in there that you don't really need. So this is 2 entire MREs that have been dissected, minus the drinks and stuff, and that consolidates down to not shoot. That's less than 1 MRE space. So you can make this last quite a while, but there's also hacks that you can do besides doing MREs. Flannel Daddy has started probably the best idea, and that's just a jar of peanut butter, a couple of spoonfuls out of it, dump in some trail mix, some high protein stuff like that, screw the lid on. I mean, you could load this thing up with those. So those are also options, but food, you're definitely going to want to pack something. As far as the topic of food, you're also going to want water. So you can go ahead and throw in a couple of bottles of water if you want, a bladder if you got it. If we're only going to be out 12 to 24 hours, then me personally, I think I could get away with having my large water flask, whatever you want to call it, neoprene bottle. It's in my 80 liter right now. I'd probably take that with me, and then I would take some sort of water filtration device so that I have water on hand, but then I could also get water from the field, because hydrating is going to be extremely important, because once again, life would suck without it. So that pretty much covers the letter F. It's basically going to be the nourishment for your body, food and water. You got to take care of yourself that way. So moving on to the letter U. I have wrote down, I have utilities or utility, and I have it split up into a couple of different little categories. But we've got sustainment for our body, and utilities is going to cover sustainment for all the gear that we're bringing with us. So that's going to encompass all the extra little things that you need for your equipment, such as extra batteries for your night vision if you're rocking it, extra batteries for your optics. You don't want those to go down. You'll be up shit creek without it if they're electronic, red dots, night vision, thermals, you name it. Extra radio batteries, flashlights. So we've covered batteries and stuff like that to keep that stuff alive and going. Also, I wrote gun meds. So another thing that you're going to want to pack is stuff to, where's my zipper? Stuff to keep your weapon system up and running. So you may not necessarily know what kind of terrain or environment you're going to encounter. It might rain on you, so whether it's moisture, humidity, dirt, sand, you name it, having a just simple gun cleaning kit to make sure that your gun is lubed up and ready to go. You're going to want to have that on hand, as well as, I don't think I have it packed in here, the tools necessary to remove any items or tighten down items on your firearms or your kit. So Allen keys for optics, excuse me, any kind of wrenches that you might need to untorque stuff or to retorque stuff. Those are definitely what you want to pack. You basically want to be able to completely dissect your firearm in the field with what you got. So be sure to pack all that crap. That is absolutely a necessity. So next letter I wrote down protection. And that sounds kind of dumb. That's what the gun's for, dummy. But getting out of the elements. Wait a minute. Let's backtrack. Utilities. I have the gun meds, batteries, stuff like that. The biggest thing, I can't believe I skipped it, shit tickets. So whether it's TP or a package of baby wipes, you're definitely going to want these on hand, because when nature calls, bro, you 150% want to be feeling fresh and clean back there, down there. Life is going to suck if you're humping 10 to 20 miles a day doing a patrol and you got mud butt going on. Like, life's not going to be fun, and you're going to smell like dookie. So you definitely want to have this on hand. All right, now going back to protection. For that, what I meant is having something that can keep you out of the elements. So I've got one of those rain bags that slips over your backpack, the backpack cover. So that'll keep your backpack fresh and dry. But then also like some sort of rain fly tarp, a poncho, basically to where, like, if you're not actively being hunted or hunting someone, you know, whatever the case may be, if you're just out patrolling and here comes a summertime turd floater, you want to get out of the elements. If you're in the middle of your patrol and here comes a summertime turd floater, you're going to want to get out of that as best you can, because being wet in the moment is not all that bad, but after the fact it starts to suck. So, you know, different types of equipment different types of cover that will keep your equipment dry and keep you dry. You can build a makeshift shelter, yada yada yada. Y'all get the drift. Stay dry as best you can. On that note, you can get you a dry bag, throw in extra socks and extra underwear. Clothes can be wet and it's only just slightly annoying. You can live with it, but walking around with wet ass socks and underwear, that'll make life hell as well. So keep those dry as best you can. So we covered the P, protection, that's shelter and keeping our stuff dry. And then moving on to the last letter of our acronym is A, which stands for ammo. So ammo / assault is what I wrote. So this is going to be all your offensive gear. So everything that we've packed in our backpack so far was to keep us fresh, clean, dry, fed, well nourished, and protected. Now we're moving on to, all right, now it's time to whoop ass. What do we take? So this is really going to be dependent on your area of operation and how far you're patrolling and where you're patrolling. If you're only doing, you know, if you live in the middle of a city and you're only doing a couple of city blocks, you know, maybe a mile, 2 miles, something like that, then yeah, definitely rock a plate carrier if you got it. And these are all just my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, I'm not going to want to be doing no 20-mile patrol, you know, in a plate carrier. That's going to suck. So use your discretion, use common sense. If you're not going that far and you want to wear your plate carrier, go for it. But remember, you're just patrolling, so you're not exactly looking for a fight. You're just prepared for one. My neck of the woods, my area, it's more rural, lots of open fields, lots of heavily wooded areas, and then small pockets of larger cities. So what I would be running is, y'all have seen it before, the chest rig. So I'm going to be running a chest rig, the usual accoutrement on it, comms if you're going with anybody, rangefinder, multi-tool, smokes, glowies, medical, just the usual stuff that you see on most everybody's assaulting type kit. This carries 3 mags. I've got 3 mags and then medical and comms. For me, doing a patrol like this, whether or not I was with people or not, I would probably resituate some of my medical and some of my comms, and I would carry 2 extra mags. And then as far as room that I have left inside my pack is going to be 4 extra loaded mags. Load them up and then throw a piece of tape over the top. Make sure they don't bounce around in there and pop rounds out. Load this thing down with as much ammo as you can comfortably bear. Statistically, the dudes with the most ammo wins. And we've seen that quite clearly over the past couple of weeks. I've been watching a lot of Ukrainian and Israeli CQB, and I guess this day and age, just like we said before on the channel, CQB is shooting holes through the wall. So it's not really aiming, it's not really using a whole lot of processing power and tactics. So the more of this you have, the better off you are. So if you can stand a couple of more pounds, throw as many in there as you possibly can. As far as a belt setup goes, obviously it's optional. It depends on how far you're going, I think. Good rule of thumb is that an ounce on the hip is a pound on the shoulders, a pound on the back. So I would much rather substitute anything I need on this belt and throw it in my backpack as opposed to running it. I'm really only gaining an additional pistol mag, rifle mag, and a dump pouch, plus my sidearm. So I'm really not gaining a whole lot. And substituting that for that wear and tear on your hips, going up and down whatever kind of terrain you're going through, it'll wear on you. So definitely keep that in mind when you're building all this out. Well guys, this one was pretty quick, pretty simple. Be sure to use your F.U.P.A, get your F.U.P.A ready, and let me know down below what you put in your F.U.P.A. I'm always down to learn, just like you guys are, so any tips and tricks that y'all have that I didn't mention, chime in, let me know. Most of these videos that we've been doing lately are because of you guys, so keep it coming. As always, guys, I appreciate you stopping by. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your buddies. And always push back. Peace.